Atención.
When you want to get off the darkest ground,
Asshats.
but gravity pulls you straight down.
And
Birds
behold,
from a bird's inside of you. You should grow feathers and see this too.
Go, Pug!
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
Really?
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky.
Well, howdy, y'all, and welcome back to yet another movie night. We are here and we are live. Woohoo! And I'm glad to see everybody here tonight. We have a nice audience out in the live chat there, so thank you all for coming back to yet another movie night. And we have with us tonight a lovely panel. Let's go around the room and say hello to everybody. We have Chris Kelling with us this evening.
Hey, hello, and taking it day by day here, determining when they're actually going to start our project, and I have to look for another job. But hey, long as they, I'll keep going as long as they say, don't come here anymore.
Yeah, that's the best course of action, at least in the meantime, right? Well, we're glad to have you with us here tonight, Chris. We also have Purple Rhymes with Orange with us tonight. Perhaps.
Purple was getting a drink.
Alrighty.
Purple hasn't come back yet. It's a long drink.
It is. Well, we also have RJ with us this evening. That's okay.
We were covering for you. That's one hell of a drink you went to get.
Yeah.
No, I just had my button muted. I'd actually been talking. I didn't realize you guys
no.
Hey, when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, we'll go over to Purple and say hi. Hello.
Hi. It's kind of the state of everything for me. Just so disorganized, I can't keep track of anything now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that seems to be a common theme lately. I hope things get straightened out for you. Maybe get a little more organized or anything like that. We
it's mostly pushing myself to actually do it.
Yeah, sometimes that's the hardest part. Well, we also have with us tonight RJ. Hello, RJ.
Yep. I'm in my little world of writing bubble and scouring through creationist references and jousting with idiots on Twitter. And in a world of insanity, I want to have a nice compartmentalized sanity, like the kind that we get here on this show, where these are people that don't actually go and rampage and attack Capitol buildings, but just put up stupid shit on YouTube.
Oh, man. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Nice, safe, idiotically stupid.
Safe stupid, yes. That's
not opposed to dangerous, real shit stupid.
Exactly.
We want controlled insanity.
Yeah. And I will pretend to be Tornado for the purpose of the wheel spinning.
All right.
You got the incantation down?
Not really. I'll improvise.
All right. Let's see. And let me pull up our wheel here.
The wheel.
If I could get it to pull up here. What the heck?
Yeah, I got to get better about actually finding a stupid to contribute here.
Boy. Upside down something or other. Fiddler?
Spiders.
Oh, spiders!
You
Oh,
didn't take any of the
okay,
video
okay. I like this
suggestions I put
story. We
into
got
Twitter?
spider
I didn't-
eclipse sperm.
Yes, as for tonight, we have the 3 movies remaining from our wheel from last week. We have Eclipse, we have Sperm, and we have Spiders.
Yeah, the
And-
sperm is making me cringe because I've got a feeling I know which video that is.
Well, let's see.
You know, you'd have a great science fiction movie here just to have the attack of the giant eclipse spider sperm.
Yeah, I mean, you're
Yeah,
not wrong.
Yeah, it would have to
Well-
have Nicolas Cage in it.
Now it's sperm versus spiders.
Yeah, that's sperm versus spiders. Yeah.
Well, I mean, could it be
And all the
sperm
sperms
whale
are played
versus
by
spider?
Woody Allen.
Well, let's see. What the movies that we have this evening are Flat Earth, the Senellian. I don't know. I always pronounce that wrong. Lunar Eclipse exposes the globe lie from RV Truth. Russian vids. Then we also have spiders
Not
on the
recreational
moon.
vehicle.
Yeah,
Spiders on the moon.
on the moon. Yep, by Gina
These aren't your
Marie
garden
Calvin
variety
Hill.
spiders, but special moon spiders. Okay.
Exactly. And
Sounds
then
like Mystery Science Theater 3000.
we also have Sperm Whales Are a Hoax by Hans Wormhat.
I was joking about
that's a
sperm
relief.
whales
It's
versus
not what I
spiders.
thought
I
it
didn't
was.
know that.
This
was
is all
actually-
propaganda that's being put out by white whales.
What does Hans Wormhat have against black and white animals? Any
I'm not
animal that's
sure.
black and
What
white,
does he have
claims
against the
doesn't
functioning
exist.
brainstem?
Yeah, you know, I'm waiting for him to do orcas. That's the only one he's missed. He's done zebras and penguins and pandas.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, that would be logical because he may not realize that killer whales are actually orcas are the largest of the dolphins. They're not actually whales.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah. You can tell by the dorsal fin.
good to know.
Any of the cetaceans with very prominent dorsal fins, that's in the dolphin group. And whales have just a little teeny weeny bumplet up there. They're just wimpy when it comes to dorsal fins.
I never thought of that as being the defining characteristic.
Yeah,
but
yeah, the orca is actually, and so something like a beluga whale is actually a whale, even though it looks a bit more like what you think some porpoises look like. And then the killer whales are just the biggest of the dolphins. And nasty little fuckers, boy, they're belligerent.
Have you heard about the Russian beluga whales that have sought sanctuary in Sweden?
Oh, wait, you know it's bad when the damn whales are defecting.
Yeah, this has been going on for about a year that these 2 whales showed up in a harbor in Sweden, and they're wearing collars from a Russian research institute.
Well, they actually are defecting. My
Yeah.
God, give them some sanctuary, damn it.
Yeah, well, that's the Swedes are fine to have them there, and they've been living there for about a year now.
This will soon be a whole international episode where Putin attempts to either that or they'll bring in plutonium and try to kill off the poor little whales.
I just want to know where the clams come in.
Yeah. I hope the people in the live chat are keeping up the clam tradition.
Oh,
I
I'm
can't
sure
see-
they are.
Without our mollusk.
Tony Regime
brigade.
is pointing out that orcas also have teeth like dolphins. But sperm whales also have teeth.
Yeah.
Do sperm whales fall in the dolphin family?
No. Although actually the sperm whale would qualify as the largest of the predatory whales, and that the sperm whale that size. Sorry to get some science in here, but that for all practical purposes, marine predators, that's about as big as they get. The largest of the pliosaurs and the like back in the dinosaur times were about the same mass as a sperm whale. To get bigger than that, you basically have to be the equivalent of a herbivore, which is what happens when you get like blue whales and that, which basically open their mouth up and krill. And the same thing with the largest of the sharks tend to be like
filter
sharks.
feeders.
They just open up their mouth and swallow little itty bitty things and don't have to take any effort to hunt.
But what's their porpoise?
Oh, that's it. Chris is fired.
Yeah, was that on porpoise?
Yes, it was.
That's it. All right. Well, with that, shall we
Okay,
spin the wheel?
If you had a vegetarian
Yes.
dolphin, would that be? If you had a vegetarian porpoise, rather, would that be a tuna-safe dolphin?
Something like that, yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Wheel of misfortune. Spin, spin, spin. Tell us whatever it was that Tornado did to finish that rhyme.
Show us the stupid that we should burn.
It was turn, turn, turn. It's a long
I hear
wheel.
the duping, but the wheel is not spinning.
Spiders on the moon!
Spiders on the moon. Woohoo! Alrighty. Let me.
Well, we know there are insects on the moon. I saw that documentary, First Men in the Moon, from H.G. Wells.
Still
Well,
reminds
that-
me of a movie that the Mystery Science 3000 people would be doing.
I am really curious to see if they could send up another probe to find out if the tardigrades on the Israeli lander survived.
Are well there? Yes, they built up an entire civilization. They're worshiping debris from other space probes, and they build an entire civilization. And the tardigrades then launch an invasion on Earth, and they find out that Donald Trump is here, and they go, "Oh, forget it," and they go back to the moon.
V'ger.
Yeah.
All right, so
And
I
then
have to
there's the musical
apologize.
version.
I have to apologize in advance because apparently she recorded this in portrait mode
Ooh.
because we all know.
So I
that's-
take it this is not a picture of the spider that's on the moon.
I mean, I'm not sure yet.
Oh, okay. Because if I were to imagine a spider on the moon, this would be just as plausible as any other picture that one would.
Yeah,
hope.
that would be a reasonable
Exactly.
spider queen.
Yeah. Oh dear. All right, let me just get everything all set here. I don't know how this is possible, but somehow this video is 12 minutes. I'm not entirely sure how she goes on for 12 minutes, but we'll find out.
Drugs.
Well, yeah, probably not wrong.
Good job.
Alrighty, well, shall we get started then?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Threats. We have 12 minutes of this to endure. I bet it's not
Yeah.
got much science in it, though.
No, probably not. I would assume
No
no.
bibliography. No index.
About as much science as using helium to keep the moon up, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go.
Hello. It is
Hello.
11:52 a.m. on December the 15th of 2020. I'm up here trying to put a video together and I am
Not doing a good job of it.
sidetracked.
Oh, laser pointer
If you've
again.
seen the title of this video, Spiders on the Moon, you're thinking, no way. But the video
Yeah.
that I'm putting together, I'm sitting there thinking, you've got to be kidding. Hello. Hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. So when we see this picture of the moon, you're thinking, why are we so fascinated about the moon? Why do we make missions to the moon and stuff, Yeah, this is really this is kind of exciting for me, and I haven't done my video yet, but I've got sidetracked because I had to stop.
Is this
I
the
had
trailer?
to Stop.
All right, I
Are
had
we
to pause
watching
there
the
for a minute.
trailer?
Thank you. I was getting a little seasick.
Well, it's we're a minute in, and all we've talked about is her getting sidetracked several times because she keeps
Yeah,
getting
she's sidetracked by her sidetrack.
Yeah.
And then she's distracted by her sidetrack.
I don't know.
Why
if,
are we so interested in the moon? I don't know. Could it be because we're curious, scientific-minded people? I mean, just there's a possibility.
I don't
Yeah.
know if anybody here would get the Transformers reference if I said she needs to go to Web World.
Unfortunately, I do
Well,
not.
I'll be running through all the different science fiction movies that have involved weird critters on the moon.
Well, I
Oh,
don't think
boy.
she has the Allspark, so.
There are actually quite a long number of science fiction movies with themes of that type, all of which are likely to be more scientific than this video.
Well, Web World was actually the therapy center that they sent Cyclonus to sent Megatron to when Cyclonus decided he had become too unstable.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Lovely.
So he
That
couldn't
sounds-
keep horses anymore because he was unstable.
Oh, RJ.
Didn't Doctor Who say that the moon was a giant egg?
I'm not sure.
I don't
Which
know
Doctor
about that.
Who?
I think it was one of the
The Witch Doctor.
Matt Smith.
Just which Doctor was that? I don't know.
All right, apparently it's bad pun
Woodstock
evening.
said,
Ooh, ting tang, walla walla bing bang.
Exactly. Oh dear. Is this tonight the night of terrible puns? Is that what this is?
I hope so, because it's the only thing that will save us from this 12-minute video.
You're not wrong.
then we really need Sloth Girl in here.
Yet to critique.
Yeah.
Other
By
than
the
the
way,
fact that
is
she's
she
in
trying to
portrait
go
mode?
for like camouflage chic?
That's her formal wear, actually.
Yes.
That's what-
When she's conducting the revolution, that's what she wears.
Yeah.
Yes.
I swear she'd be in camouflage and gold lame.
Just came right out of the balcony.
Honestly,
revealing the army.
if I was spouting this kind of nonsense, I would do everything I could to make sure people couldn't follow me when I left the building.
I
hasn't
feel like
spouted any nonsense yet.
Yeah.
We've only gotten the preface. We got moon and we've got spiders, but so far we have not made a connection. Is like a really big picture of a spider on the moon.
I feel like she's probably wearing 3-inch heels on with that camo outfit. Like I feel like the hair and the glasses, just the whole look, and then that camo and then heels.
Right below the camera line, it's all glam.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I could see her with those big round glasses and doing what Michael Myers did during Tea Time and on Saturday Night Live.
Well, either that or Ernie Kovacs with the Percy Dove Tonsils glasses, where the eyeballs are painted.
Yeah.
We could actually watch a full minute of the video and see what she has to say.
No,
We
that's a
could.
nasty thing to say, Orange. That's
All
only
right.
going to encourage her.
Yeah, let's see. Let's give it a go.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this book. Look at this book. Man reaches the moon. A strange and forbidden race. A giant fiendish. Look at the spiders on the moon.
Is a
Missile
movie.
to the moon. Why on earth would they write a book like that? Why would they write a
Science.
book about this?
Entertainment.
Okay. You have got to ask yourself a question. Why would they write a book about missile to the moon? Okay, this is going to be in my video because I could not believe what I heard this man saying about the moon and sending a missile to the moon. Yes,
Drink.
we have tried.
She's
Yes.
being a little
Chris.
pedantic, don't you think? I mean, if she's looking at a science fiction book from the 1950s,
Yeah.
thinking that it's a documentary.
Yeah.
A news
Did-
article?
Did she think that Dr. Caver actually did invent anti-gravity paint in 1898?
Oh,
Yeah, unfortunately, this is such a common theme with them about, taking something from an old science fiction movie and just deciding it was real.
Now, if she wants to go for extraterrestrial giant killer arthropods, there was the Mission to Mars movie that was done in very cheesy pseudo color that had a bat rat spider, a giant bat rat spider that attacked the people on Mars. Now, would she think that was a documentary?
Probably.
This is about, 1962, somewhere around in there. Holy moly.
Oh man.
So the
Yeah,
whole
these are-
notion of fiction has escaped her. Does she think that Hogwarts is real?
So
Middle
the only, you know what this reminds me of? I'll give you 2 words and see if you get the reference. The historical documents.
yes. What's the Malin movie?
Yes, Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest. Yes.
Oh yes, historical documents.
The
Now-
historical documents
yeah, I
where they
didn't get
watch
the
the TV
reference, but-
show. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, same idea. Kind of,
Peter to the Rock Monsters.
let's take fiction and turn it into something real.
Yeah, I mean, if she's going to be objecting to this one story, if she goes into any old used bookstore into the science fiction section, she's going to have a hemorrhage.
Oh man. Imagine if she ever came across Forbidden Planet.
Oh, good heavens, yes. Even for the worse for that, just the posters. You know,
Yes.
if she should go instead of the book covers, go for the movie posters of films, which almost had no relation to the content of the movies.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see a retcon the last 40 years of history to tell us how 1984 already happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, remember, the future isn't what it used to be.
Oh. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, let's continue on.
Yeah, let's go for another minute of this extraordinary person.
Yeah, I mean, we made it 45 seconds that time.
So before you do start up, let me say, is it sounding like she thinks that somebody thinks there's spiders on the moon because somebody did a book about giant killer spiders on the moon in a science fiction novel? Is that her? Is that how she's playing this?
Yeah, it sounds
My
like
take is that she's saying nobody would have written that book if they didn't know the spiders were there.
Exactly. Yep, that's what I'm thinking.
Yes, this was the expose of the
Yes.
hitherto secret understanding of killer spiders on the moon.
Exactly.
And the other thing
And the
is,
Apollo
you gotta
rocket was
increment the
not a
drink
rocket
count
at
of
all,
it.
but a giant flit gun.
You're right. All right. Well, let's see what else she has to say. I'm sure she's got
let's
some
get to the
science
science.
coming up.
I'm looking for the science.
RJ
To
looks
send
wrapped.
a missile to the moon and blow up a part of the moon. I was just listening to it, getting ready to put it in my video, and so I thought, I got to look this up. Okay, that's what I said. I've got to look this up. And then I ran across this book, and then I saw these spiders, and then I was reminded, now, wait a minute. There is a race of extraterrestrials called Zetas. Have you heard of them? The Zetas. And they may
Isn't
say,
that a
"Oh, no,
Scientology
this is
Claudia,
sci-fi,
where have
this."
you been, Claudia?
My, has she aged?
Oh my God!
Oh, dear.
Yes,
Okay,
I
are
think it is.
Zetas the ones the Scientologists think were imprisoned in a volcano?
not
there was
sure.
the other guy, the old Deros. Those were weird space beings that supposedly lived under the ground and that. So I suppose you can work your way through the alphabet. Somebody will have a name for something or other. But the Zetas, I thought that this is no relation to Catherine Zeta-Jones, though, is it?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I
No,
don't
no,
think so.
must be. There must be a connection there. We just got to connect the dots.
There we go. Yeah.
All I know is if someone tries to come and measure my Edens, they can pretty much expect a face full of fist. You know.
There you
Okay,
go.
and Cajun Crustacean is correcting that that's not a book, it's a movie that she's referring to.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Yeah. All right.
I
Well,
like,
that makes it even more real.
I like where in the live chat Tesla Ranger says, "I went to look it up, then I got distracted." Yeah, I feel like that's the theme to her life. Oh dear.
I gotta go fix something. Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yeah. It's like the dog with squirrel.
Exactly. Oh geez. All right.
Oh,
Well,
my,
let's
she's
see
the
what else
same
she's got.
species as Leonardo da Vinci and Marie Curie.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here.
Does not. That is all science fiction. They don't exist. Why would they even write a book about that? Now remember, we're getting our information. A lot of the truth is put in the movies. It's put in books. So you look at this. Look at this. That's me. Sorry about that. Look at this. Moon base Zeta. Does anybody know where the moon base Zeta is? Because I was looking in the catalog. Look, and they did spider things. NASA released an image of spiders on Mars. Why do they want to do things with spiders, okay? Spiders in space. Why do they want to do that?
Spiders
So,
in
look at this.
space.
Spiders on the moon. Walking robots will explore.
Spiders on the moon.
So why didn't they ever go
exchanging
back to the moon?
palpies.
You ever? And why would they want to send a
Oh, God,
missile?
drink.
Go for it, Orange.
Did you catch that? Because NASA is talking about sending spider-like robots as
Yes.
explorers. That's what this whole spiders on the moon is. Not that there are actually organic spiders there,
Yeah.
but that NASA thought of that as a concept for a lunar rover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but if you are a painfully literal mind like her,
But I mean, she's the one reading this. I didn't even see the original paper.
Yeah,
She's the one telling me how stupid this is.
that's because your brain has functioning neural synapses, Orange, and you're able to leap past this sorry excuse for a vertebrate.
Oh dear. This is that was the thing that stuck out to me the most, was that there was one of the articles she's reading off says about walking, moon rovers. Like, how do you not understand? I don't get it.
I think
this is a woman
I think
who was
not
doing-
understanding she majored in that at Dunning-Kruger Community College.
This is a woman who was doing a video on the moon and had to stop her editing to pick up her phone to go in portrait mode to show us about spiders on the moon instead of putting something on the video about it.
Working out your script in advance and researching it to make sure that it has some semblance of reality is apparently not her modus operandi.
No. And Wondering Sparrow in the live chat says, does she think Fallout is a documentary too? What about DuckTales?
Yeah. So I was about to say that Moonbase Zeta must be somewhere near the TMA-1 site where the monolith is buried on the moon.
Yes, Purple?
No, I was just going to say that, I love good fiction. I write science fiction myself. I don't even ask for reality. I just want internal consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense, but not to her, apparently. All right, well, shall we move on?
Yeah, we're going to find out how far she's going to play this spiders on the moon analogy, since all she's got is a cheesy 1950s movie.
Yeah, how far down the rabbit hole?
Yeah.
Cajun crustaceans saying they're sending spiders to Mars because the last time they sent a human, they left one behind, and it was a pain in the ass to get him back. Look at Mac Damon.
Yeah, and all he was talking about was potatoes all the time.
Oh, geez. All right, here we go.
Up there and blow up part of the moon. Why would they? I know it, Penny. You've heard it all now. I know you have. I'm serious. There is something to this, you all. There really is something to this. And there's somebody watching this right now that knows what I'm talking about because they've researched it. There's a species called the Zetas. And they were the ones, let's back this up a tad bit. These Zetas.
But yeah, that's just back.
This is their true form, but they can morph into these, I think it was these thin beings with 3 fingers. And they were the ones that drove the Sasquatch under the ground and kept them as slaves, okay? The Bigfoots, well, that's what I heard.
All right, where did she hear that?
Source effing documentation.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Not only do we got the spider people that are connected to the Zeta people on the moon where they blew a bit of it up, but now they've enslaved Sasquatches somewhere or other, she has heard.
Yeah, citation fucking needed.
Holy moly, mooly molly. I think this is absolutely amazing that we have moved into this kind of territory here. It's like a Rorschach blot of stuff that she's pulling together. Like the little dust bunnies that you find underneath the bed, except there's nothing with the brain.
I wasn't expecting it to go there.
Unfortunately, Donald Trump has proven that I'm hearing is considered a valid citation to 40% of the Americans.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Everybody knows, and I've heard.
And by that standard, she's. I think she may have a slot as Secretary of Defense in the next couple of days, at least.
Oh, they'll make her the head of Space Force because she can deal with the spiders.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Space
gosh.
Force. Yeah.
I was thinking the other day, hey diddle diddle, cat with fiddle.
The cow jumped over the moon.
Over the moon.
Yeah,
That cow must have been pretty powerful legs.
Well, remember, it's those methane farts. If you can get enough of them and set fire to them, and you can do the calculations. This has been done, So
We'll
you
take
can
care of the
fire them
spiders
there.
on the moon with
And
the
that's
methane.
why there's been
methane.
occasional milk shortages, because we fired too many cows to the moon. Now, I wanted to inform this lady that she apparently did not see the documentary, which showed that the waste disposal site on the moon was exploded in 1999 and threw the moon out of the solar system.
Oh God.
Now, if you remember that, then you must realize that the moon that's up there is a great big reflector thing that was put up by Radio Shack in 2000 to disguise the fact that the moon had been thrown out of the solar system. So get up with your research, madam.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
And they
Yeah, they-
had eagles too, right?
Yeah.
To be accurate, the cow did not jump over the moon. The methane fart ignited from a fire ant hill, and that's what propelled the cow.
Oh jeez.
Garrett Wilson once did a cartoon of that with a bunch of NASA scientists looking around, and there's this astronaut sitting on top of a cow, and the caption is, "You can tell she's thinking it over."
Oh man. Well, I definitely didn't think we'd get to this point.
Yeah. I hope
enslaved
we're more
skunk.
entertaining than her
Anyone, though.
lecture is.
Yeah, we got to go on because we need more about the Sasquatch.
Yeah, the enslaved Sasquatch.
I want more about these little Sasquatches, like a whole family of Sasquatches that are kept down in a cave somewhere, or
Yeah,
what exactly are
underground.
we? And where exactly is this? This would strike me as a really great tourist attraction.
I gotta start a movement. Save the Squatch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
But their
Okay.
true form is spider-like, but yet they can morph into this extraterrestrial that has 3 fingers. The moon rang like a bell for hours. Yeah, there's so much
Huh?
plays in the dirt. They say that the moon is a base for extraterrestrials. And
They
then
do.
someone mentioned on the channel yesterday that
Someone.
China was going to send something up into space. Were they trying to blow up part of the moon too? I think I read
no.
that. Somebody
No.
commented on that.
Oh my god. I can't.
China
I
was
think I
trying to
read
send
that.
something
It was like
up
in the
into space.
news, they had like pictures from that real moon about the real Chinese probe that was doing, because like the Chinese are really proud of their space program, so they tell everybody about it.
What about India trying to blow up the moon too?
Yeah, apparently
No,
everybody
they're
is.
no, they're doing a giant Bollywood collection where all the moon spiders start singing songs.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
If they all start wearing those outfits, we're in trouble.
Absolutely, yes.
I can-
Well, they got
I
all
can
those extra
imagine
legs and
we
that.
get
It's really
50
impressive to see them all
That's
doing
true.
that.
All the extra bells.
Well, okay, so I can picture this now. 15 moon spiders doing a Bollywood dance. Having trouble because it's only 1/6 the gravity up there.
Yeah.
So-
High kicking
Oh,
legs, the whole
geez.
lot
Yeah.
of things. Yeah, this. I
Okay.
tell you though, this is sounding like a much more interesting musical than this woman is a lecturer.
It's not China trying to blow up the moon. It's the Germans. Because the Germans are selling huge amounts of solar collectors, and eclipses interfere with that, so they need to get rid of the moon.
Now we have to remember that Fritz Lang did a documentary about the German mission to the moon, the woman in the moon, in 1930. And so it was clearly the case that there was a deposit of gold on the moon. And as you can clearly recall from this documentary from 1930, they didn't even have to have spacesuits then, because there was lots of oxygen on the moon and everyone wandered around in sweaters and it was perfectly delightful. So don't be told this lie, that the moon is an inclement place, Well, how else could they have spiders unless there was atmosphere on the moon?
Doing Bollywood dances.
Doing
Yeah.
Bollywood dances. Yes.
Oh jeez. All right. Well, let's see where else she goes. I mean,
Okay,
we
okay,
already.
moving on.
Get back to that Sasquatch.
Yeah.
We do not want you disappointed that she won't talk about the Sasquatch anymore.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, I'm no doubt that I'm starting to buffer. No doubt at all.
Oh, you've been
Yeah,
buffering,
hello.
yes.
Did I say this? Oh, I already said it, so I won't say it again. The Native American called them the ant people. Yes. So why would they make a book like that? I didn't even know like that. how this creature, this, I shouldn't say creature, this ET species, and they say they're on the moon
that's really
in the
different.
U.S. When this guy was speaking in the video, I'm going to put it there. He was speaking how the U.S. Back in 2010. He said a couple weeks ago, which was before the Norway spiral, which was December the 10th, he said a couple weeks ago, the U.S. launched a missile up into space to blow up part of the moon. So that would have been in around November. So they did launch a missile to blow up part of the moon, but why would they want to do it unless there is an extraterrestrial race on the moon? They say the moon is like a base. You know, I'm going to say this too.
They say that.
Yeah.
Yes, they say
I was
that.
looking at one of my videos that I did of a star, and I saw something crawling that looked like a spider. It was from a long time ago. It's in my phone. At first, I thought, well, that's a winged being. But when I was looking at it the other day, going through my photos, I saw something crawl out of that star.
What is this woman on, or does she need to be on something?
Well, how did she get a video of a star on her cell phone that showed something crawling across it?
Yeah,
it was probably on the camera.
Big star and a very interesting spider crawling along the star.
All I can think of is
the normal thing where nouns, verbs, and direct objects and things form sentences that are coherent, and that's true of virtually all the videos that we've seen. This is not what's happening here.
Okay, she keeps saying that.
Yeah, I'm with Darren Marsh. That was a spider on the lens.
Yeah.
She keeps saying that there's moon bases. Of course, it's like Houston. This is Tranquility Base. The Eagle has landed. Yeah.
That was a code name for spiders.
Yes.
Well, apparently they're spider people, but then they're ant people, according to some.
So how successful
Native Americans,
was NASA in 2010 blowing up the moon?
Well, the ants are the sisters of the spider's mothers.
Ah, yeah. Yes, indeed.
Except
Makes
for
sense.
one is an insect, one is
Or if you
arachnid.
come from the east, you would be calling them an aunt.
Oh, man. Mandelbrot Set says, you would think it would be in the news if we nuked the moon. It was in the news. Didn't you see the movie poster?
Yeah. There we go. You see?
That's clearly the
that's all
news.
reality. Oh, can you imagine what a barrel of laughs this lady is at Thanksgiving dinner?
No, I can't.
Get
Assuming,
a
of
couple
course, she
hot
has
toddies in
any
there, and
relatives.
she's all,
Or
Yeah.
yeah, the point is that people were telling her that the COVID quarantine meant that she really shouldn't come to the Thanksgiving dinner, and they have been telling her this since 1983.
Oh, man. I can't with her. She's a piece of work.
It seems as though she's doing a live stream here, and she's responding to people who are typing things in. And I swear those people are just doing it to
feed her BS
see
to
what
go
she
on.
says.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that people of the same temperament that we have in our chat would be playing this lady along and taking sinister and disgusting pleasure in the fact that she believes everything.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Oh my God. How many minutes have we gotten into this magnificent thing?
Halfway through, we're at 6 minutes.
Oh, well, okay. Let's go for
Well,
another couple of minutes and see if those Sasquatches come
Yeah.
back.
Well,
There's
we
also
haven't-
the conspiracy angle that she is already convinced that someone from the government is watching her while she releases this, that they already knew what she was going to say.
Yeah.
Well, she's doing a live stream, so of course someone's watching her.
Yeah, they're buffering her.
Yes, yeah. She's I'm afraid been buffered a little too often. Or either that or she's been hoping to be buffered more, but nobody ever comes over.
The almighty they, Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it's even them,
Yeah, sometimes it's multiple.
which are
days.
giant ants.
All right, here we go, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we went to the moon either. But that's what they say. There is a race of spider beings that can teleport. Yes. So I don't think this book is too far-fetched at all. And why do they even see? It must have been when we reached the moon. And then this book came out. Okay?
This book.
The
He
man
keeps on
read
calling
and
it
then
a
his
book.
book came out. So that is really interesting. Don't you all find that interesting?
Books always have production credits and
find it a
director
little
and
I find you
scriptwriter
interesting.
listed on the front.
So the answer to the title of the book is video. This video is no. Now, if you come here, you need to have an open mind, okay? You do. We cannot just adhere to the train of thought, the school of thought that we've been taught.
Oh, we
all
don't. Your
this
train of
time.
thought is
Now, you
derailed
may
a long
come here
time
for
ago, dear.
entertainment purposes only, but I'm not here to entertain.
Oh,
I'm here
you're
trying to
succeeding at
You're
explore,
that.
entertaining.
all these things like this, everything that's out there, there's some truth to everything. It may not be the whole truth, but there is some truth to everything, and it's up to us to put the pieces of the puzzle together. It really, really is. I just
All right. I don't think any of her puzzle pieces match. Just saying.
No,
She doesn't have any of the edge pieces,
She
so
could take a puzzle that's have little pretty kittens, and it's going to end up looking like spiders to her.
I think not only are the pieces not from the same puzzle, they didn't come from the same manufacturer.
Yeah, exactly. Just a
And
box
they
of
aren't
mismatch.
actually puzzle pieces. Just somebody took, old cardboard boxes and ran them through a shredder and dumped them on her desk, and she
old
thinks that's
movie
a puzzle.
posters.
Yeah, there we go. Yes. Oh no, books.
Oh yes, books. Yes, sorry, books. Oh,
Holy moly!
man.
Now, let's get this straight. We did not land on the moon, but we
Mm-hmm.
apparently sent a missile to the moon to blow it up.
Right, because the
But
spider
apparently, it
people
did
can
not
teleport.
get there. Yes, and then the teleporting spiders, who come back and forth to Earth,
enslaved
and
the
maybe
Sasquatches,
it was a
brought 'em back to
teleporting
the-
spider that has been vexing her star photos all of this time. You see, the space spiders have
Okay,
her on their radar, and they monitor her life every single minute. And they've even got the cockroaches going, and all the little chiggers and things outside.
Oh, my
the
goodness.
space spiders.
The cockroaches
how
are
to get
saving
her-
the Sasquatches. That's what's going on.
Well,
If we-
what happened to the
Hold on,
Sasquatches?
hold on. Let's
we
go
are
over to
here.
let's go
in
over to purple.
despair. I mean,
I just want to know.
Strickling, are you not in despair and fretting about the fate of
RJ.
the prisons Sasquatches?
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna divert to purple on this one.
Well, I just wondering if we never went to the moon, how did we know the spiders were there? But
Well, there was the moon gun.
I also want to say, RJ, you are doing a very good job of channeling for tornado tonight.
Yes.
We know
I'm
they're there
keeping
because
it more
they keep
quiet than
teleporting.
tornado because I'm afraid there are sonic boom limits here in Spokane that I'm afraid I cannot permit myself to get that loud.
Oh man.
Well, Purple, see, the thing is, they keep teleporting, taking our Sasquatches and then using fire ants to build a ladder back up to the moon. I don't know. She's so far out of reality that it's...
Well,
Army
actually,
ants, army ants.
actually, see, spiders would not need to teleport because they could just climb down the side of the dome. Of course, people can't climb up it, but spiders wouldn't have a problem with it.
Oh, I mean that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, as much sense
Okay,
as
so-
this lady does.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
geez.
will it disappoint you a lot if she forgets to ever mention Sasquatches anytime in the rest of the video?
Yes, it
I
will.
won't let her
I will
forget.
be very annoyed if Sasquatch doesn't come back.
Okay, I agree with you. I mean, I think that if she's going to dangle these poor imprisoned Sasquatches, that she needs to really follow through on this. The
Yeah.
Anti-Sasquatch Defamation League, who are, do you know that there are poor Sasquatches right now that are being imprisoned by teleporting moon spiders? So please send your bitcoins today to Save the Sasquatch Fund.
Oh my goodness.
Michael Gallagher is saying it took her a while to realize the chess set was not a puzzle.
I like that. That's awesome.
And she's still trying to get people to king her in chess.
Oh man, I'm interested to see where she's gonna go with it. So let's.
Yeah,
continue on.
and in a horrified way, so am I. So
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Ask you to have an open mind. Just have an open mind, because there's so much more to this life and other species than we could ever imagine. Okay, there is. Why haven't we made another trip to the moon? Did you ask yourself that? Why not? Why was that
Well,
one
if we
time
weren't at the
only
moon to
time that they
begin
went
with,
to
how
the
do we
moon?
make another trip?
Wait.
If they went to the
One
moon.
time?
Now there is a
It seems to me there was more than one lunar lander.
yeah.
Yeah.
Apollo 11, Apollo 12, Apollo 14, Apollo 15, Apollo 16, Apollo 17. Yeah, I think more than one.
Yeah, just a
Well,
bit.
Jinsu was also pointing out that spiders can parachute. And I have personal experience with that.
Oh yeah,
And isn't there, technically speaking, a Russian lunicod still sitting on the moon?
I don't know.
Well,
about
I mean, there were a
yeah,
number
the wreck of the
robotic
Indian space
explorers up
program
there
too. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
basically
And
ran
we
around
mustn't
until their
forget-
batteries died.
We mustn't forget Professor Cavor's space sphere from 1899, which may still have some of that Cavorite paint still on its little shutters.
well, what about that shell that they the trip to the moon? You know, or
Yeah,
what
well,
was that?
from the Earth to the moon.
Yes.
Yes. Jules Verne. Technically, they didn't land on the moon. They just went around it after they were interrupted by a meteor shower, or they never even went to the moon, which the book from a certain R.J. Downard on the Paralogs of Phileas Fogg, available at Amazon.com, explains the secrets of that. Shameless
Well,
plug.
I remember seeing in the historical documentary that they shot the huge gun shell with everybody up there and hit the
Yes, that was
hit the man in the moon.
Yes, the very
and
first
it was like
documentary
this
done
for
on the
rest of
moon
the movie.
landing. Yes, a little. They had space insects too, you know.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They disappeared if you hit them with your umbrella, or they were teleporting, depending on your point of view.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Sasquatch! Come on, Sasquatch!
All right, here we go. Let's get back into it. We didn't get very far that time.
Yep.
Yeah.
theory that they didn't go to the moon, that it was all planned. So I just thought that was interesting. I had to pause from doing my video because this is, I find it interesting that they would, I don't think I would read that book, but there's probably a lot of information in this book, if it's even in circulation anymore.
Open up the book,
and
please.
it is true that they said that there is a species, the Zetas, are spider-like, but then they can transform, and they can read your mind. They can read your mind. And I think I've read that they can attach themselves to your sacrum or something on your body and control you too.
I'm sorry. My mind just went to if you could read my that song from Superman. That
now there are quite a few science fiction stories. Robert Heinlein and some other weird space bugs that attach to the back of your thing, and there was an Outer Limits episode that was about that as well. So those are probably some more of the documentaries that she's filtering into her strange little brain, as well as this book she keeps showing to us that is about as book-like as it's possible to get for the cover of a movie.
So a couple things I wanted to point out real quick was, first of all, she's got this open. It looks like it's just a picture, on her computer. There's the crop and rotate and all that, So she's just got this picture up. At the bottom it says starring. What book do you know stars people? I don't understand that.
Yes. As we all know, books routinely have the listing of the cast credits and the director and the production company listed as part of their indications that books have.
Yeah.
the thing is, she keeps getting her something mixed up because up in the corner there it says man reaches moon, and she's saying we never went to the moon, but then we haven't been to the moon again.
I think, Chris, the problem that you're snagging up on here is the notion that at any point this woman is going to be coherent.
I have to imagine that reading her mind would be very much like taking an acid trip.
Yes, that's why the space spiders stay away from us, because all they have managed to encounter in all this time is the mind of this woman, and they have immediately gone away, curled up into a little 8-legged ball, and they're going.
Well, did you notice that she also got into? It sounded like she was getting into anal probing. They control us.
I missed that
Well,
reference.
if she gets into anal probing, I really don't want to know anything more about it than that.
They control us via inserting something in our sacrum, which is awfully close. I went back a few seconds in the video just to see the image of our book here, but we'll continue.
Spider butt plugs from the moon.
Yeah, we'll continue from here and see exactly what she says about it.
Yeah, come on, Sasquatch, come on.
And it is true that they said that there is a species, the Zetas are spider-like, but then they can transform and they can read your mind. They can read your mind.
You got that part.
And I think I've read that they can
You think you've read it?
attach themselves to your sacrum or
Don't be
something
too sure
on your
about that.
body and control you too. I heard that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heard that from home.
All of this. Yeah, spider beings. Now it may sound funny. And why would NASA
More
want to
than
do
funny.
experiments with spiders in space? Why would they? Of all the things, why would they want to do spiders?
Because they want to know how
that's kinda
spiders
strange.
do webs in
But
zero
that's
G.
all
But
right.
that
You
would
know,
be just
you can do all kinds
logical.
of, my hair is sticking up. You can do all kinds of experiments to see whatever outcome you want to. You don't want them no. Whatever.
Yeah, those are not spiders attached to your sacrum. Your boyfriend
lucky
had
number.
crabs.
Yes, there we go. A different arthropod.
I believe Star Wars is real. Now, you know, it may seem funny to
Of
people
course
thinking,
you do,
this
dear.
woman has done lost it. Now, I'm trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. I promise you. I really am. There's something
Oh,
to it.
her live
this thing
chat's
right
just
here. Have you ever
itches
been trying
now,
to
I can
video
imagine.
the moon and you got zoomed up on it and all of a sudden an airplane flies over and boom, your footage as you're filming on your camera, they literally stop it. Shut your camera off just like that. That's happened to me several
Oh.
times.
What are you talking
yeah.
about, lady?
Paranoid claptrap. I think she imagines that people take photographs of the space spiders.
So I just wanted
and
to get
then
on
the
here really
airplanes
fast
come
because
along and they
I
zap the
thought
camera so no one
I
can
thought,
prove it.
there's no way. There's no way. And then this guy said they launched a missile to try to blow up part of the moon. And this guy thought, you've got to be kidding. This is crazy. Why would they even want to try to even blow up the moon?
I don't think
So
she's
he
going
had
to get
a
Sasquatch's
a
eye.
special guest on there who was schooled. And I don't know what she said because I didn't listen to it. But yeah, the Zetas are supposed to be like this.
She doesn't know anything about it, but
That's
she's
what
telling
it
us
looks
wait,
about
like,
it.
and
so-
they can
So this guy brought in an expert, and she just didn't bother listening to the supposed expert and just went
Yeah.
on with her theory.
Yes.
But she's telling what the person said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There seems to be a certain lack of logic train here, but remember, her train has derailed a long time before this video ever started.
Yeah, but she's still running a notch 8. So
Yeah.
She's kind of one track short of a monorail.
Oh my, yes, and clearly she's riffing off of the sadistic people in her live chat that are just feeding stuff and doing questions to her. The only thing I wish we had here is what that live chat was, to be able
Yeah.
to see what they
Yeah,
were
I wish we
saying
could see the scroll
and
for
how
that.
many of them are mentioning crabs.
Oh man, yeah, I'm not really sure. I just
Yeah. Nana's saying I'm not high enough to understand her.
we really need to introduce her to Claudia Alvarez. I think that would be a hoot and a half on for a show.
Or introduce her to Rudy Giuliani. It's right up his alley.
oh man. Well, she's got a bunch more videos, so we might have to revisit her at some point as well because she's got.
Ooh.
I mean, she's got at least 10 per day. No joke.
Holy shit! Does she have no life?
What?
No,
She's got. I mean, today alone, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 today.
Is this how her relatives keep her occupied so that she does not go and do harm to herself or others. Just here, Grandma, just turn this on, talk about the space spiders, and they bring her movies and posters and old cream of wheat boxes, and she just goes off on it.
Oh dear, she has a response video to Logic as well. If anybody knows Logic on YouTube.
Fuck, we gotta watch that one next.
Oh boy, yes, you're gonna have to put some more of these on there because we need to explore the world of whatever it is that's going on in her head.
What is the color of the sky in her world?
Yes, indeed.
This video wasn't that long ago. I think it was like late 2020, and
Well, she
I've
said
had to
December
scroll
2020,
through
yeah.
I've had to scroll through like 200 videos just to find it, and I still haven't found it. I'm only 1 month in.
It looks like her background is done in late Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah. I need the source video for this because I want to find that one that she's replying to Logic and see if he ever replied to that.
I feel like probably not.
Just out of curiosity, who submitted this? Do you remember?
I don't remember offhand.
Well,
let's
it should
see.
be given an award because
I don't know what they use for
this opens up
search term.
in the world of where we've been seeing so many of the strange same people over and over again. There is a fresh vitality of stupid to this woman.
She's
it's
hilarious.
vivacious and unprecedented in the way things connect up together in her head. That's so different from the dreary, dull, flat Earth sorts and the ones that are very pompous with their little electronic voices and all that. So this is kind of like as if you crossbred Dolly Parton with Jaronism.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching Irish Demon, and he was showing Nathan's new video. He got his YouTube channel up, and now it's been taken down again, where he's paying kids to read his pamphlets.
Jeez.
Yeah, Tony Regime is saying she'd freak out if she saw Starship Troopers.
Oh, I know. I was thinking the same thing.
Which actually, there are many that don't like the Starship Troopers, and I'm not unfond of it. It's got some interesting moments once you recognize that it's a parody in many ways of lots of other things, and if you realize that he's got his tongue in cheek on this, and it's a parody of all of that kind of neo-fascism element that's playing out in the original novel. It connects up quite nicely. And even the stupid sequels that were done, which there were quite a few, more than you would have expected, are not really terribly bad as sequels go.
Actually, there was a cartoon that was, it was a half-an-hour cartoon that was shown on in the afternoon, I guess it was. I thought that cartoon was actually quite good.
I was going to bring that up. The cartoon actually was good, and the cartoon actually followed the movie followed the book far better than the movies ever did.
Yeah, well, remember Robert Heinlein, for those of you who aren't aware, the youngsters in the audience that may not be familiar with Robert Heinlein, the science fiction writer from the 20th century, he basically wrote every possible permutation. And this was his kind of crypto-fascist novel. If you read The Moon is a Harsh Mistress, he's like a left-wing anarchist novel. So he covers every possible permutation in the course of his long career. And that was also in a time when later on in the late 60s and 70s, he started writing all of the one with Jubal Harshaw. And my God, those things are way too long for they're overly wordy. So stick with the earlier Heinlein that has a certain compactness, unlike our video that we're watching today, where she can't quite get past the same thought that she came up with in the first minute of the movie.
Yeah.
We haven't progressed.
I looked at, I found the original video on YouTube, and unfortunately the live chat is not there, so I'm unable to see what that had. The comments are quite amusing. But apparently, Logic had linked people to this video at some point. So I'm going to have to go back and find all the links.
Were there
and
more
stuff,
likes than dislikes on it, or what was and how many views
what's
total?
the ratio?
No, the ratio is actually very disheartening. There's 788 upvotes and 119 dislikes.
Oh, well, that means that there are 700 people on the planet who should be watched carefully because they will be soon a danger to themselves, their others, or civilization.
Yeah. Well, shall we finish
Beach
up
is
the
saying
whole
that
video?
Logic has done several responses to her.
Oh, jeez. She's
How long has she been
special.
in the video vomit game?
Let's see. She joined in 2016.
Ooh.
And she's got 67,000 followers or subscribers. Yep.
Well,
And
I wonder how many people have just subscribed to see
For the
what
amusement.
wacky things.
Well, yeah,
she
that's
says.
true. There's no indication that most of them aren't going on for their fix of the week. They just have you
Yeah.
seen her latest video? Yes, exactly. The same reason that I follow and pay attention to creationist literature. It's not because I'm a fan of the content.
yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, let's see.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
let's see some. Let's get to those Sasquatches.
Yeah. Let's see if we can finish out her lovely video here. And
Yeah, I want to hear more about those Sasquatches, those poor, oppressed, enslaved by the
Well,
space spiders.
She did something really amazing here. She got you to quit complaining about science, and now you want to know more about Sasquatches. So hey,
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah.
That's true. All right, here we go, guys.
Form and the telepathic, all of that. And with that being said, you all, I am going to go, but I just wanted to share that with you all.
Of course you will.
Yeah, a forbidden planet. There's just so much going on.
there we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
So much.
Uh-huh. Oh dear! Don't bring up Forbidden Planet around me.
I don't even know if there was any scary movies with big giant spiders in it. I don't.
Yes, there have been giant moon. I just
God.
described some
And
to
then you
you.
ask
You
yourself,
get
why would they make stories with big giant spiders in them? You're very
Because
welcome.
they
I'm
look
gonna go.
cute.
I'm not first. I thought, well, that's a winged
Whoops,
being. But
hold
when I
on.
was looking at love to all of you all too. Sorry for popping in on here like that, but it's okay. I
It's like, what the hell are you saying, lady?
You've got to be kidding. Yeah.
Why would they make a movie
have-
about a
have a
giant
wonderful rest of your
fire-breathing
evening, and I'm gonna
radioactive
try to work on
lizard
that
if there
video
really
again.
weren't such things?
Without getting disconnected or just distracted. Yeah. Have a wonderful
Disconnected
day.
from reality.
disconnected.
Those are not dissimilar things for this lady.
Oh man. All right. Well,
Holy
And she signs off
Holy
without ever
moly.
mentioning the fate of the Sasquatch.
nope.
Without
we never
mentioning
learn.
here, she just dangles this. She pulls our little heartstrings at these poor, oppressed, enslaved, imprisoned Sasquatches, grumbling away down in their little caves, being held by the sinister telepathic teleporting moon spiders, and then never follows up on it. I mean, have you no compassion, woman?
Oh
I
man.
want to thank whoever submitted this for our movie night, because this was just hilarious.
Yeah.
Holy moly! You know, as I said, if you want to have a monster movie, you pick things that terrify people. This poor lady apparently hasn't dawned on it that, you know, although there was the movie The Night of the Lepus about giant rabbits terrorize Arizona, whenever they would show the rabbit, it's basically a cute, cuddly little rabbit running around, and it's about as threatening as a rabbit is likely to be, you know. But so you pick insects, you pick monsters, moths, vultures, critters that have a certain reputation, you know, space slugs and leeches, you know, you do something like that. You don't pick, you know, cuddly koala bears as the sinister monsters from space. You just don't do that.
Oh boy.
dear. But
That
the
was
fact that
something
she kept
special.
the fact that she kept on referring to this film cover as a book
Yeah.
is an indication that her neat
Research?
comprehension of rational categories is missing a few steps.
Yeah. The lack of research is quite.
Oh, but
apparent. They
said
She thinks she
somewhere
heard it somewhere.
that, well, but
Someone
she didn't
said
really listen
somewhere.
to it after that.
Yeah.
So, but nonetheless, they said that.
Oh man.
Wow.
That's,
And she does 6 of these a day.
yeah.
I mean,
I
boy,
think
that-
that's because
like-
they won't let her out of her room, so she can't do anything else.
She's the Daniel
There we
Pratt
go.
of Wackles.
Or she might have actual memory problems and doesn't realize what time of day it is, and so she comes in and starts up.
Yeah. All right.
I
Well,
think her family just doesn't want a repeat of the last time she got outside.
Yes, yes. There she found a little spider
go.
thing out there and started talking to him and said, "Why are you attacking the Sasquatches?"
Well,
I
there's
have
this
to return to
lovely
my
video.
base on the moon.
This is I
Where's
just wanted to
Zendetta's?
show you guys the very first video that she ever posted on her channel.
She's going for the sexy bunker look.
Conspiranut, yeah. So this is the this is where she started, and then somehow she got to spiders on the moon. This was it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well, this does have more entertainment value,
that's it. That's the entire video.
and she has pillows.
Yeah.
what, she did a Vine before it was Vine?
Apparently, yeah, that was the entire
Love
video.
potion
She just kind
number
of
9.
shook her hips a bit and danced to the song, and that was her first
And then she
couple of
thought about
videos.
Love Potion number 9 and Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah.
And started connecting the dots. And now, if you were to look to that wall now, there would be a mass of little red twine connecting spots without actually any pictures there. Just red twine.
All in the shape of a spider, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, Plan 9 from Outer Space has my favorite line. All
Oh,
you
well,
of Earth are
it is-
idiots.
It is a film that is most hilarious. If don't see it alone, you got to see it in a group. And then, one of my favorite movie lines is in there. You humans are stupid.
No, what RJ's saying about the wall with the twine connecting everything and no pictures? Yeah, she looked into a spider web, and that's how she saw all the connections.
Oh my God! We
Now,
have a World Wide Web.
I'm going. Yeah, I'm going to
Conspiracy.
insert some actual science in this because there are spider webs that reflect in the ultraviolet, and they are designed to lure insects that, from their point of view, it's a flower. So they just go slamming into that, looking for the pollen, and it's in fact a trick. Because from the insect's point of view, it looks like a perfectly fine reflecting ultraviolet flower. And from the spider's point of view, it's dinner.
Oh, also you have an aggregate search engine called a web crawler. Oh.
Yes.
It's all a giant
That's all
conspiracy.
that's all part of the teleporting space spider's plan.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well,
Wow.
yeah, her videos got progressively worse from there. 2 years ago was her first conspiracy video about the second son, and then right after that was
nice to know that we have more than one.
yeah,
Nice to have
and
a
then
spare.
the very next video after that was about alien contact. So yeah, it was very interesting progression there, and it just continues to get worse. So we'll definitely revisit her in the near future. We'll have
So-
to.
Yeah,
Was it like Steven Spielberg contact? Bomb, 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 bomb. Or was it more like Carl Sagan's contact, where they?
Given what we've seen so far, it's going to be neither one of those, Chris.
Is it like if it's aliens and spiders? Is that like Alien versus Predator?
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Except that too is more entertaining than this person's videos.
That's true. Although we did have quite a bit of fun with it, so hey.
Oh yeah. As I said, we've already got the Bollywood musical of the dancing spiders on the moon. I think there's a
Someone
lot of
make a gif
potential
of
going
that.
on here.
Is this anything more than somebody who has found YouTube and just keeps screaming into the void, pay attention to me?
I think
Yeah,
that's-
and
yeah.
that actually does give an indication of what kind of a life do they have.
Mm-hmm.
And that are they just trying to put us on as a humorous thing, or if they actually are serious? It's like that poor lady that wanted to sing opera so much, and she could afford to do it because she was quite rich. And people would go to her concerts basically just to laugh at her behind her back. And it was only years later that it finally dawned on her what the hell was going on here. She even made recordings and all the rest. And the YouTube allows people to do those sorts of things at low expense. All you need is the little itty bitty camera and a movie poster, and away you go.
I've always said that YouTube is what cable public access was trying to be.
Yeah. Yeah, except you had to actually go into the studio to make a fool of yourself. Now everybody can do it from their den.
Yeah. Have you ever seen UHF by
Yeah.
Weird Al?
A long time ago.
People started sending in TV shows to his station, and they just started playing. You know?
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, remember too, people like what we've just seen have always existed. And sometimes they're completely irrelevant because they're the little old lady that lives down the lane, and 100 years later, no one ever remembers her.
Yeah.
Other times, they might actually be the sister to the king and is running around talking to people and having an influence on things and burning heretics. And so it depends on the social status that type of mind. This is starting to get serious at this point. You wonder whether, for example, there was the queen who was the opponent of the iconoclast movement in the Byzantine Empire, whether that sort of woman was this type of woman except powerful. And I suspect it's many of cases like that. A lot of the people that we hear about as yikes, how the hell did that happen? It's because they're like this, except instead of having a YouTube channel, they have a government.
Right. Oh man. Yeah.
Okay,
that
well,
was-
should we, do we have time to try and see if we can get another video in?
Yeah, it's only 9:30.
Yeah, the
Only.
people in the audience are asking for another one.
They
So-
are.
Ooh.
Okay.
Boy, they
The
don't know what's
fact
in
that we
for
got
it.
5 people on the panel.
Okay, let's go
kind
back
of-
to the wheel and see what we get next.
Yeah, we've either got the sperm or the other one.
Or the other one.
Sperm whales or what the other one was, yes. Because
The
the
eclipse.
spiders has just
Yes.
completely clogged up my brain, I can tell you.
Yeah, the other one was something about an eclipse.
Yes.
Oh, yes,
And then,
eclipses,
just
yeah.
a heads up, the spiders video was courtesy of Crypto457. So thank you for that, Crypto.
Okay.
If you're in the live
Yeah,
chat.
thank you, in quotes.
Yeah, and you did say this was the last of what we had on the wheel, so we need people to send in suggestions for next week.
Yeah,
Indeed.
yeah.
You can do that on the Discord server.
Yes.
Eclipse sperm or sperm eclipse.
eclipse.
Either one of them, the musical's on its way.
Absolutely. Is that Bollywood also?
Yeah, yeah. There needs to be just more Bollywood musicals in general.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, I mean, to be quite serious about it, I mean, can anybody watch a Bollywood number and not just be delighted, no matter what the hell it was about?
Yeah. There doesn't even need to be a topic.
Doesn't have to be a plot. It's going to be there's going to be a boy and a girl, and they're going to have troubles getting married, and there's going to be some violence and things going on, and blah 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 blah, and the Bollywood number.
Right.
This is very formulaic, but my God, some of the ones that I've seen, the production values are, and it's so energetic and so cleverly. You just gotta watch it in a way that you don't want to watch this woman that we just saw.
Exactly.
Okay, sperm
right.
eclipses.
Let's see. Where'd my wheel go?
Well, speaking of formulaic,
Yes.
Hans Wormhat is very much that, so the sperm whales will probably be something I've already seen 5 times.
Probably.
Oh, on the science front, sperm whales, of course, apparently feed on squid. And the interesting things is how they catch them, because the squid are relatively agile creatures and the sperm whales aren't quite as frisky as they are. And so one model that has never been able to be tested is that the sperm whale generates a subsonic acoustic wave that would be akin to what echolocation is occurring in other cetaceans that basically stuns the squid. And so while the squid is in its yagada 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 mode, it gets eaten. Because it's so far down, they even the little sensors and stuff, it's extremely difficult to follow. I think only recently did they actually find the thing where they would be finding where the sperm whales do their thing for mating. That this was a mystery, and they're terribly difficult to track. So those of you who are into sperm whale sex, go into the sciences and make more probes and things and little robot devices that can go down and be voyeuristic followers so that we can get more
Oh,
whale
my
sperm
goodness.
sex movies on YouTube.
Are
All
you
right?
telling people to go down in the darkness and probe sperm whales?
Yes.
Absolutely. Now, if they can make them look like spiders, you'll get this other lady in on it because she'll be now thinking that it's the spiders teleporting down and going and looking sperm sex. And that will be just as reasonable as everything else she said.
Oh my
The
goodness. All right,
spiders
let's-
might drown. You have to make them look like crabs.
Oh, well, they put little bubbles around their head, and then there's no problem. And then they got their little eyes in there, and they're cute little
Shall
things.
we spin the wheel?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, you get
Delaying
clams in there,
tactics
will
are
be
not
even better.
obviously not working.
Here we go.
Ooh, I'm dizzy. Woo!
Almost there.
Someone must have oiled those bearings.
Sperm
Sperm
whales.
whales.
It's an invalid spin. We didn't recite the rhyme.
You stickler.
Well, let's go with sperm
Sperm
whales because it's
whales,
shorter than the other
which
one.
is merps, spelled backwards.
It is.
Yes,
Merps.
it is. Not that
Reps.
anyone really needs to know that. Yeah. Or epsmer inside out.
Oh.
Well, sperm whales will be easier to fake than the other animals that don't exist because you've never seen them in a zoo.
Yeah, and I have not seen a single sperm whale on my lawn. Not a one.
All right. Let's see.
Okay, volume 100%. Do you
wheel.
think that's
I
you
wanna-
think that's a dangerous thing to do?
Yeah, I demand some kind of recompensation because we're completely through 2020 and we still don't have the ocean base or the base on the ocean floor.
We don't have
call in
flying cars either.
Sequest.
Oh, RJ.
That's Sequest 2021, by the way.
Oh, okay, kids, those of you still in the live chat, you can Google it.
All right. Let's
That
see.
looks like a dead whale.
I think I got everything up here. All right. Here we go. Let's see what Hans
Okay,
has
let's
to say.
see. Let them say that they're all fake.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Hans. Oh,
Oh,
God,
it's
my brain's
Hans.
gonna hurt.
Yep.
Today's Thursday, November 12th, 2020, and today I want to talk about a hoax animal. One with a childish name, and they want to have these tales of seamen out on the ocean fighting a sperm whale, and it's just not a real animal.
Gotta be a
This was something I could just
troll.
look at this and I could tell instantly that this is not real, but
Ooh,
people will
of course.
believe anything, and there are so
Yes.
many fish tales and fake animals
Oh,
out
you're
there.
just
There's a lot of
so
fake
full of-
animals
Oh,
in
they're
the
so.
ocean.
My gosh, you can't
I'll
walk a
just try to
block
keep
without hitting the
today's video
fake
pretty
animal.
Straightforward. They love
Can't
to tie it
swing a
into
dead cat
evolution.
without hitting a fake animal.
They seem like they evolved for something. It's just made up. Some human made this up. Whales are a strange one. I'll tell a story about a whale at the end.
Ooh, are there no
are a
whales at
strange
all?
one. I think that they're
Whale
just
of a
ripping
tail?
off Jonah from the Bible. I was wondering why it had all those scratches. Well, because somebody made it
Jonas
like that.
Brothers?
It's actually because they eat colossal squid. And maybe now you've gotten that one of their MOs is they like to weave this web.
So just pointing out that this is another they video, they
They,
do this,
yeah.
they do that.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody saw Creaky's video today, he did a Hans and doing the animals in Australia are fake. There's no such things as koala bears. They're just plushies that people put in trees to
Yeah.
fake people out and stuff.
And an
Right.
entirely fictional 19th century whaling industry was built up, giving gigantic fortunes to people hunting non-existent animals to get the ambergris that was then put into non-existent perfumes and oil lamps.
How much do the guys on Discovery Channel make for hunting Sasquatches?
Yeah, which now Sasquatch is supposedly a real animal, but the sperm whale isn't.
Yeah.
I think we're getting ahead of Hans here, so we should let the video play.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I think it's not difficult to get ahead of Hans.
Here we go.
That ties multiple hoaxes together, and it helps reinforce their fake matrix to have all of their hoaxes interconnected with one another. It's like a house of cards. Well, so there's this fake whale, sperm whale, and they tie in with the sperm whale the fake colossal squids. So that's the story for why they're all scraped up. Sperm whales have no upper teeth. Huh. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Does that make any sense to have these recesses, flesh recesses in the mouth, never heard of any creature being like that. Why is
As
it
we
also
all
skinny?
know, we should always get our science
And a lot of people just take
discussions
the
from
piss
the
with the jokes. These people
commentaries
probably
on
know
the
it's a big
internet.
joke, so that's why they're just poking fun at stuff all the time. Body image issues from looking at too many whale fashion magazines.
Whale fashion magazines?
Their entire skull is very long and narrow, like a crocodile, but their foreheads are super fat. This is what their skeletons look like. I'll show you in a picture in a second. It's images like these that make me think that we could be way off with how we depict dinosaurs looking.
Oh, dear.
Or dinosaurs are just fake. They're grabbing skeletons from different creatures. They're making sculptures. They straight up tell you that those are not the bones. They tell you that it's castings. And
Oh,
cast,
they do you.
Cast a
Yeah,
spell,
they tell
castings.
you that. Yes, they.
All right, we have to do a little bit of science, but is it not? Sometimes it is not the actual bone, but castings from the indents in the rock and stuff, right? Or
well, no, actually, for all practical purposes, all that I know of is the stuff that's dug out of the ground are the bones, the fossilized bones. What they do when they put museum reproductions up is they make casts of the pieces of those, which they put up because they don't want idiots running around, and the fragile bones are kept back in the closet. In the same way that, technically speaking, the Mona Lisa isn't the one that's the real one. They put a reproduction out. And especially when you have things in museums where idiots come in and start taking knives and smashing up crap and all that, which has happened. So they often don't put that. But in the case of fossils, for the purposes of display, they put a reproduction up. Just like if I bring out a model of an ocean liner, that does not mean the ocean liner does not exist. It is that it is easier to show a model of it than it is to put the whole big thing in your living room.
Gotcha. I thought maybe it was like if the bones weren't viable or they didn't make it out of the ground safely, that they would cast the actual like imprints in the dirt. I don't know.
No,
if that
what
was
you
ever a
would
thing.
see if you were reading the technical paper on that particular specimen is that the ones where they have the physical bones would be probably black, and then they have little white line drawings to indicate the stuff that is interpolated, because not the vast majority of things that are dug up of even fairly complete skeletons don't have necessarily everything.
Right.
One of the reasons why, here's some science part, one of the reasons why the Brontosaurus had been such a mystery about its head is that sauropods, when they die, the ligaments that hold the head onto the body are the easiest to break off. And so, boop, the heads are relatively rare to find one where they have the complete skeleton. They'll find the heads. In fact, the heads of the thing are maybe found, a mile away or so. So they weren't all that difficult to think, and gradually you piece together all of the stuff. Articulated skeletons are much more precisely done as others. And creationists pounce on every inconsistency that you find in a reporting about, well, look at that, they've only got so many bones on there, or like they do the same thing with the Australopithecines and that, well, they don't have the foot, so that means that Lucy didn't actually have feet. Now, did she? You didn't find the feet, did you?
Oh,
And they actually made, yes, all these ones going around like little stumpies, or all you found was the head. Yes, right. Animals, as a rule, are disembodied heads that float around without a body attached.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, and as Tony Regime's pointing out, most museums have reproductions of fossil animals like dinosaurs because we don't find that many of them.
Yeah.
So of all the T-Rexes in all the museums in the world are cast from about one of 5 different specimens.
Well, in the same way, the Diplodocus carnegii, I'll get technical on there, that's in the Carnegie Museum in Pittsburgh. That's a famous, virtually complete skeleton, and it has had casts made of it. So if you go to the Smithsonian, you will be seeing the cast of the Diplodocus carnegii from the Pittsburgh Museum. And until they removed it from the British Museum, the London Museum of Natural History, the one there, which you can still see pictures online of it, also is a cast of the one from Pittsburgh. They don't have their own skeletons on there. So someone then could go in there. And in fact, Richard Milton was, saying it's not even a real dinosaur. It's just cast.
Oh, man. Wow. Well, I learned something. I must be doing movie night wrong. I learned something.
Yeah, I apologize for that sudden infusion of science, but as we all should know from this video, you're supposed to get your science knowledge from the commentary twerps on the internet.
Yes, Reddit is a good
The
source.
point of the drink counter. If you're drinking enough, you won't retain anything you learned.
That's true. Only
that's
14 drinks. What are we doing wrong?
Well,
stalling too much.
we don't have tornado on tonight, so we're not stopping every 30
Yeah.
seconds.
Now, if he decides to veer into that depicting dinosaurs thing, I am at the ready.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Oh yeah, you're in my territory with the dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll squeeze him like an orange in a crusher.
All right, here we go.
You're just going to get a bunch of diagrams when it comes to sperm whales. There might be a few CGI videos out there, BBC
CGI
type
videos.
Nat Geo Productions. It's probably just high quality CGI. I don't believe in sperm whales. I don't think that they're
I don't
real.
care.
So they don't chew, do they? Yeah. How could you chew with that crazy mouth? I'll just go back really quick, show you how dumb this picture is. It doesn't even look... Can't you just see that it doesn't even look like it has a big enough throat to swallow anything?
Yeah, it only has a throat.
They can't
that's
chew anything.
enough to
How are they
ram
supposed
you
to
in.
swallow something if they can't chew it and they have no throat?
Yeah, the throat's only big enough to swallow a man, so they have
Came
to
here
rip
for
a
Lord of
squid down
Expert
into
fun
man-sized
facts.
pieces.
Feel let down because usually when they post about these fantastical things, the comments will be full of people spouting a bunch of facts about these things. It's like koalas. There's a zillion zany facts about koalas. There's a zillion zany facts about pandas.
Has
and
this guy ever,
sloths,
like,
because they don't
tried
make
to
sense,
Google
'cause they're just
science
something somebody
papers?
came up with, and they write these crazy lores.
Well, that's why they like the giant squids. It's like
It's
slipping
amazing how
spaghetti.
fake sperm whales look. I mean, look at it. Yep. So I don't know if this person is slightly
Well, I tell
conceived
you,
or
I
if
always
they know
listen
it's a
to Cafe
joke or
Climb on
what,
my
but
science.
It is fake. This is a sculpture, so I had to go pretty far down in the comments to find somebody talking about the truth. This is a sculpture by Dirk Clayson. Source, Wikipedia. Description, English, an artwork of Dirk Clayson shot at whatever beach, the Netherlands. It's an artificial sperm whale. That's the only type of sperm whale. Artificial sperm whales. Kind of an
No.
interesting idea, too. Artificial sperm whale.
Well, Hans, I think you're an artificial human. So
With these whale tails,
I don't believe
think
he
that
exists.
they
That's
are-
great. We don't even have a CGI of him.
Do we have a reproduction?
Yeah. Well, I don't know that he's ever going to reproduce.
Yeah.
God, I hope not.
One winged sparrow is asking how the sperm whale swallows all the squid bones with that tiny throat.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. As we all know, squids are very bony critters.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. I don't know.
I have to pick the bones out of my calamari all the time.
Oh, goodness. All right.
doing their own spin-off of
Jonah,
the Book of
the Book
Jonah.
of Jonah.
They are the same people that preach about how, everything in the Bible's made up. So they're
Yeah.
going to be the ones telling you that Book of Jonah is made up, but then they'll come
Yeah.
up with their fantastical creatures and get everybody
Yeah.
to believe in it. And it's just one of the things that they do. They love to do
Yeah,
that.
but
That's just
nobody
one of the
believes
things,
you, so you know.
Yeah.
There's another. So in the Bible, there is the instance of Jonah. There's also in the Bible Leviathan, which is just an interesting topic to go read about.
Yeah, go there, kid.
I'll just read this, Isaiah and Job. Isaiah chapter 27, verse 1. In that day, the Lord with his sore and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even the
Pause.
Leviathan.
Drink.
Yes.
For
RJ?
heaven's sakes, you gotta be better than that. You can't go and read your pretentious Bible stuff like you're reading the menu at Starbucks. Isaiah, in that day the Lord with his sore and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan the piercing serpent, even Leviathan that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. Give it some spunk, kid. Take some pride in your pseudoscience mythologizing. Go Charlton Heston on us, damn it.
Okay, now we need a series of RJ reads the Bible. You make it far more
There we
entertaining.
go. I
Definitely.
could do portentous. Yes, there we go. We got to have a whole line of RJ merch. You know,
Yes.
we need the T-shirts.
Well,
we need
tell
me
the truth,
reading this.
RJ.
Wait till I read the Mahabharata. That can insult all the Hindus too.
RJ, can you do it like Charlton Heston though?
Oh, well, it's and have his mighty hand. You have to get very resonant on that. In
There
that,
we
I was
go.
trying to go a little bit of Charlton Heston on that.
Hey, there's an idea for a
his
pretty
mighty hand. Yeah.
there's an idea for a pretty much endless franchise. Movie night does the Bible.
Yeah, there we go. and does the Bible in more ways than one when we get to the Book of Solomon. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Talk about those pomegranates.
Oh jeez. Talk about those clams.
Yeah, there we go. Well, no, I don't think they do shellfish, and all that. That's off limits.
That would be awfully selfish of them.
Never slave.
All right.
Anyway,
let's go.
Now that I've spoiled the thing by outshining him on narration, go ahead, read the rest of this stuff.
Then that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. Job chapter 41, verse 1. Canst thou draw out Leviathan with the hook, or his tongue with the cord, which thou lettest down?
Yeah.
So there is Leviathan, and I've seen a lot of openly satanic people pray to Leviathan and strange things.
Oh, have you really? There's like clubs.
So what are
because
these whale
the Bible
things? They're just little
references
sculptures.
Leviathan, sperm whales are fake.
Yeah. By the way,
Yep.
here's some more science, or at least mythology stuff. Leviathan is most probably based on a long tradition of this oceanic sea monster thing. I think Tiamat and others, it goes way back. Mm-hmm. And there's a battle
It's the
between...
Kraken.
Yeah. Well, no, the Kraken actually is a side issue that comes up independently in the Norse lore. But the Tiamat is this archetypal, multi-headed sea beastie thing, primordial monster that gets defeated in a lot of lore. Baal and various other religions have fiddled with it, and that got incorporated willy-nilly in the Cliff Notes version into the Book of Job much later on. So there's some little... I think, I've drawn a blank on the guy that did a really superb video, and I don't know if it was Logic or somebody else that did a really nice video on the history of that Leviathan Tiamat thing. But if you Google it, I got my thing up. Maybe I can check it in my own bibliography and see if I can find a bit on that. Continue, kids. I'll be with you in a moment.
All right. Well, we're getting into the extreme research here of looking at children's toys on, Amazon.
Oh, yes, there we go. Oh, it looks like a spider. Call in the lady. There's a spider on the right hand, and there's a critter with yellow teeth inside of like a gelatin blob.
Here we go.
Now I wish we could call in the guy from Your Dinosaurs Are Wrong to do this segment.
Trey the Explainer. Trey the Explainer. Trey the Explainer in 2018. What is the Leviathan and what can it tell us about ancient religions? I highly recommend that. So there.
All right.
I don't see any killer bunny rabbits in there, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's Night of the Lepus.
I was thinking more of Holy Grail, but
yeah. No, that's involving the sacred grenade of Antioch. 4 shall not be the count of the grenade, nor shall thou count 5.
All right, let's continue on.
Yeah.
So what are these whale things? They're just little sculptures. It reminds me of these toys. These toys have kind of always been a big thing. Alien autopsy toys.
Yeah, toys are like a big thing because children like toys.
Things. That's what whales, they just look like. They probably
none of these look like whales.
Sculpture and then jam it full of rotten fish guts. Do you remember the weird thing? I think it was in Oregon. They claim that they blew one up with dynamite or something. I've never seen a beached whale in my life. And
I'm sure there are many things
I don't know.
You've never
I'm very
seen.
skeptical of whales.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of this.
Now that's the
Star Wars or Star Trek,
Tauntaun.
The fake animal that they cuts it open and gets inside
called
of it.
a movie.
It's not even an
Anyways, a fishtail is a big lie.
Oh my goodness. I think he needs to pair up with that other lady because apparently, they get their same research from movies and books. And
I've never seen a beached whale either, although I expect this is something to do with having lived in the Midwest most of my life.
Yes. I think I'm in a similar situation. Being several hundred miles from an ocean greatly reduces one's incident of beached whales.
Yeah,
I lived on the East Coast for since 1987. I haven't seen a beached whale either, so
yeah.
I've never seen one, but I mean I have seen the video. It's probably CGI, I'm sure.
Of course,
of,
absolutely.
the beached whale that was blown up.
They have nothing better to do than to generate a mythology of a giant sea creature for no apparent
Yep.
purpose.
And then there was a recent one kind of nearby. I think it was a beached whale that they decided to bury on the beach instead of blowing it up this time.
The ones that actually are pods of whales, killer whales and others will, and minkies, I think, or something. There's several species of whales that kind of came prone to beaching. Apparently, one of the group is kind of dying, and it basically leads them off to their Valhalla or whatever.
Yeah, especially in
on the
southern
Pacific
Australia,
coast.
that seems to happen a lot.
Every few years, there's examples of beached whales, usually not huge pods, but because this idiot doesn't apparently live right there and doesn't race in his car down to immediately inspect it and to do his detailed forensic scientific analysis that I'm sure he's perfectly capable of due to his years of study of comments on websites.
I'm just curious. I mean, if we have these historical documentaries called movies, and what does Star Trek: The Voyage Home? Is that a historical documentary? Because
absolutely.
it hasn't happened yet.
We all know that well, of course, that's your teleporting spiders again. That they just say it's a transporter, but it's clearly the power of the spiders.
Well, I meant the Voyage Home, the Star Trek 4. That's the one where they picked up the whales.
Yes, two of them. Yes.
Yeah, two of them.
Yes,
Talking to
a mommy and a daddy
space,
whale. And when the
I
mommy
never
and the
figured
daddy
out.
whale like each other very much, they break the tank.
Oh,
And
jeez.
since how whales are mammals, but
Oh,
what
God.
what I want to know is, how did the whale song travel through space?
Okay.
Oh, well, it didn't. No. In the do I have to explain the plot to you?
Yes.
That the spacecraft comes by every once in a while, apparently, and chats with the whales. So it's communicating directly with whatever little sound beamy things it beams down into the oceans. And then it has its chat with the whales. And when it finds out what it needs to know, the spaceship goes away for another 1,000 years or more. So when the last time they were through, they had a nice chat. They talked about things. They compared movie reviews. They really enjoyed themselves. And the next time they came back, shit, the whales are extinct. They're putting out their little call and they're not hearing anything from it. Hence the reason why Mr. Spock figures out what's going on there when he figures out that the spacecraft is actually communicating it. And it was literally part of the story that Nicholas Meyer wanted there to be no explanation of why or what was going on. We never actually find out what they're talking about or anything, because you don't need to know that. It's a mystery that is just go with it.
J.J.
So anyway,
Abrams'
yes,
magic box or mystery box?
Yeah. Anyway, it's a delightful, and it's arguably the lightest. It has the most wry humor, and it was also directed by Leonard Nimoy. It has with dear old.
I still love that movie, but that has always gotten. I've always wondered, because even in the novelization, the space probe is not even in the galaxy at that point, or in the solar system at that point. When
in the film, it only starts sending a signal when it comes into it intrudes,
orbit,
it parks itself in orbit, it extends its little probe out there and starts radiating a signal, which apparently is able to be heard by anything everywhere, in addition to the ocean. And then Spock has to slow it down and realize that this is actually a whale communication that is operating at a different wavelength. And so the whole idea that Meyer had was, why do you assume that an alien species visiting the Earth would only want to talk to us?
Yeah, I can understand that, but I mean the physics does not match.
Okay.
Let me clue you in. Faster than light drive is impossible.
Yeah.
Teleporters are impossible. It's only a movie.
And the Enterprise goes swoosh as it goes by the camera. So
Yes.
Okay,
Purple.
this is a tangent, but I need to take you where my mind went. And any airplane pilot can tell you how difficult it gets to handle a plane if cargo starts shifting.
Mm-hmm.
So can you imagine flying that ship in the atmosphere with two whales humping in the back?
Well, remember, they have really good gravitational stabilizers.
Yeah, inertial dampeners.
Yeah, and boy did they go! Boy did when they dampen, they dampen.
Oh my goodness. Does that get moist?
Yes, absolutely. Well, after all, they're inside of a tank. They're very moist.
And by the way, I don't care how good of an engineer you are, you're never going to get a Macintosh Classic to move that quickly.
Oh, jeez.
I love it. I love it to show you how the times have changed on there, where he picks up the thing with the mouse and starts talking into it. Computer.
Yep.
A mouse, how quaint, or a keyboard, how quaint.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So for those of you who are pathetic and wretched and have not seen Star Trek 4, get on it.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's move on, shall we?
Okay.
Oh, damn it! We got to get back to this twerp.
Yep, we're on to
one last thing.
Yes.
Favorite line between McCoy and Spock is when McCoy's trying to talk to Spock about death, and he's like, "So you're saying that I have to die to get your perspective on death?"
Oh dear. All right. Well, we're into fishtails now, so here we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's something fishy about this part.
Yeah.
I'll end this video with telling you about whales, I guess. I've gotten some comments from people that are like, oh, I lived for months out on the sea and we would see dolphins, but I never saw a whale. So I've
so
heard
they-
multiple people comment that. People who lived on
Well, sperm
boats
whales
in the
don't
military
don't
or
breach,
similar
but other
things.
whales do.
They never see whales, but they see dolphins. And so my story about a whale, I was at the Oregon coast once, and there was a ranger there with binoculars, and he was looking at something, and it turns out that there was a whale, but it was like really close up to shore. And what it would do, it would go under the water for a while, and then it would just pop up and kind of float around for a little bit, and then go
So
back down
obviously it's
underwater.
fake?
But it was really up close, like in the rocks. And the nature guy or whatever was letting people use the binoculars and look at it. And I remember looking at it, and it just seemed so odd. Everything, it was so odd. And the nature guy was acting like nothing was going on. And that was probably his act, to just pretend like nothing's going on, because that wouldn't make sense for a large whale, a really large sea creature, to be like up in the rocks. And it just seems so bizarre. And I think that a lot of the whales, when you go on whale watching trips, I think that they're just these submersible things. Because this whale didn't do anything besides it would sink under the water, and then like 5 minutes later it would pop up for 30 seconds. Just pop its little head up. Didn't see any big tail splashes. I bet the big tail splashes and the breaching, and I bet that's just all done CGI Hollywood style.
No. And in fact,
I'll just
we've
have to
got
wait for comments.
examples.
People who have been
of-
whale watching. What was it like? I'm sure I'll get a bunch of orange.
Yeah, we've got examples of people who do go on whale washing things, and the whales get a little friskier than they'd planned and practically sink their ship from the whale wash and all that. But of course, this guy is sure that it looked odd to him in ways that he does not specify, like critters can't do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
No, this is such a gobsmackingly stupid argument that we have not only the physical observation of actual whales, including underwater. They've gone underwater and done detailed photography with pods of the humpback whales and others. So some of the largest whales, simply because they are so difficult to find, and the ocean's really big and they're not in large blocks, and they don't go in regular patterns of behavior to where you can just catch them all the time. But nonetheless, there are people that do that for a living. And by the way, what does this guy do for a living? Does anyone know?
Make videos about fake animals.
Oh, there it is. So that's his purpose on Earth, is being a superficial, transient prick. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I have the photographs here somewhere in one of the boxes of the closet. My fiance had gone on a whale watching cruise. And they actually had a blue whale surface just like a couple hundred yards from the boat
Yeah.
and swim around the boat. And it was
and
clear that the whale was as curious about the boat as they were about the whale.
And apparently, the Norwegians and the Japanese do not know that there are no whales, because they keep on trying to hunt them for like whale meat and stuff. And there have been a whole industry of people going back for centuries that avidly hunted these non-existent animals, apparently, about which this twit in the 21st century is as clueless as he is overly concerned about what idiots comment on YouTube and internet.
But I bet you.
Tornado!
Good morning,
I tried to pretend I
everybody.
was you.
Tornado.
Hey, Tornado.
So let me guess. He doesn't believe in the narwhal either, does he?
I guess.
I would assume.
I
not.
guess all he.
So what are we dealing with today?
Okay, Tornado. This is a guy that claims that whales don't exist.
Sperm whales
Tornado, I
specifically.
think you know
It's
Hans
by
Worm.
Hans.
Yes, it's Hans.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a person who is a
Fucker.
disgrace to the human species. We had an earlier disgrace to the human species going on about teleporting space spiders that live on the moon and have hold Sasquatches imprisoned. And that's about as much information as we should get out of her. But
Yeah,
she was
what?
I'm sorry.
entertaining.
That's still just cracks me up.
Yeah, Tornado, you missed that one. You'll have to go back and watch
Yeah.
the space spiders.
Yeah, she
But
was,
yeah, right-
she was
right now-
fun in a certain way. This guy is just ridiculously stupid.
Yeah, Hans is looking at pictures of a beached sperm whale and claiming that they're all faked.
Yeah, that this apparently was a sculpture that was done supposedly by some guy. That and
Is
people were
Hans
flipping out.
Wormhat basically the guy who thinks everything is fake?
Well, any animal that he has not personally seen in the wild.
Oh, even the ones he did see in the wild.
Yeah.
looked odd
All
to
right,
him.
fine. Basically, you're fake, RJ. Chris
Yeah.
Kelling is fake. Jessica is fake. Everything is fake
Yep.
except me. I might as well just go in the padded room.
We're just a
Yep.
figment of some deranged imagination.
But do you
Look,
realize?
look.
Do you realize how insane somebody has to be to make me up as their hallucination?
Ah, man.
You want to
Think
know
about
how
it.
insane someone has to be to literally claim that everything that they haven't personally witnessed and even things that they have are just complete fakery? I mean, this guy might as well just sit in a padded room.
Yeah, and I want to know why this guy didn't have a more prominent role in the Trump administration.
Supposedly,
You're right. He should have been their Secretary of Wildlife.
Exactly. Yes,
Suppose-
head of the
supposedly
Department of the
he-
Interior.
he- but Tornado, you missed it right before you came on. He was talking about he found some nature guy looking at a whale that was coming close to the rocks, and he asked to look through the binoculars. He did, and he says it's just odd. And
Yeah.
then he went on to
It
the
was
next
odd.
subject.
He
Yeah.
did not specify in what sense it was odd and how this oddness differentiated from other things that aren't odd. So,
Well, it was odd because it was one whale. If it had been two whales, that would have been even.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, point. point.
That's the other thing we've been doing all night is puns. So
Yes. And
Well-
those I would contend have been more entertaining than the videos we've been watching.
I'm
I
now
like
going
how-
to call, I'm now going to perform 18 retro drinks.
That's perfectly reasonable. And by the way, we did a lame ass attempt to simulate your wheel turn blah 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 routine. We did not do it nearly as well as you did, but we did give it a go.
So wait, we're having a nice long night tonight or something?
No, just this.
No,
this
it's
is the
been a
second
couple
video.
hours.
Yeah, we'll probably wrap this one up, I guess, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to have anything on Sasquatch in this one, though, Si.
No.
No, I'm disappointed. There's no.
I can
Sasquatch.
tell you the Russian
Are-
video.
Are you
on
sure
the-
that the
have it.
sperm whale isn't actually the taxi service for the Sasquatch so they can transport it between
yes. That's how they
underground
convey
bases?
them to the spiders.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
They swallow them in their little tiny mouths with their toothless upper jaws, and they carry them away to the telepathic, teleporting space spiders from the moon.
Oh, jeez.
Nope. The sperm whales carry Geppetto and Pinocchio.
Ah, yes, indeed, yes. There was a movie done on that, I think.
Well, even
Or
just in
was it
his
just
own
Geppetto?
video, just in this video alone, he said how he's never seen a whale, but then he talks about his whale story with the ranger guy. So yeah, he can't even get his facts straight in one video.
Yes, if
Bear in
somebody's
mind
gonna,
the same guy that thinks volcanoes are fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Where
was
does
shoveling
Howard
big
have
swaths
land?
of
Does he live in a
imaginary
country with at
volcano
least
off
one
of my
active
driveway
volcano?
in 1980.
We have a couple of fake volcano people. We also have Joey Rocha that likes to spout that one.
Yeah, Joey Rocha loves to claim that volcanoes are fake. And guess where he lives?
In Hawaii, where the
Yeah.
volcano was erupting.
Oh, that's
On
audacious.
the island that the volcano was
Yeah.
That's one of the things on my bucket list is to go to Hawaii to see an active volcano,
Oh,
so
I
I
thought you
can
meant to see
actually
Joey
watch
Rocha.
the
You think-
island grow.
Do you think if the people that live there find out about this guy that they can like take him off and become a sacrifice to Pele?
Yeah, hey, you never
Well,
know.
What I'd love to do is personally get mafic lava and process that down into ingots. You probably all heard this before.
Or have him to race across the Aha lava.
No, what you do is you take mafic lava, you cool that down in a thing of seawater, and you get hydrochloric acid off that. Then you take the mafic rock that you just processed, and you break that down in mafic powder, run hydrochloric acid on it to leach out all the metal content, and then you take out the stuff that you want through some method like iron and magnesium content. You reduce that either directly via hydrogen or you convert that into oxides and then smelt it, and then bingo, bango, bongo, you've got iron and magnesium ingots.
Or for this guy, you just take a chunk of lava and hit him over the head with it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well,
That makes more
It
sense.
saves a lot of chemistry there, Tornado.
well,
No.
if when it was actually flowing as lava, you inhaled the vapors, didn't you already smelt it?
And what happens when you try to put that together to make a lamp?
My goodness.
Okay,
The thing
so
is,
now are you
I want
saying
to
that
do
we
what
can light
no
the
one else
methane
has
and
done before.
rocket up to the moon?
Quote, rip Pele off,
I don't know.
That would hurt.
in a manner of speaking.
Okay, so we're in the middle here, featured snippets of Fishtail. Let's see what else this guy has to say.
Yeah.
I want some science.
Yeah, let's
Probably
roll
not
more
much.
video here.
Yep, here we go.
There's 33 commenters. Oh, I've seen whales jump out of the water and bunch of BS.
Yes, they have.
Can't just believe what people coming out of the woodwork say.
Oh, that means
Well,
we can't believe
that's
what
it
you
for this
say.
video.
Goodbye.
God bless everyone.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Wait a
Because
minute.
if there's
that's
anybody
it?
that looks like he came out of the
That's
woodwork,
it.
this guy is it.
Wait, he had promised to show us the skull of a sperm whale to show us why this couldn't be a
did.
real animal.
Oh,
Oh,
yes, that was
he
his other
showed
he
us.
flitted past
skeleton.
that at 90 miles an hour.
Let's see. There it is.
Yeah, that was as
Well-
close as he got.
That was
No.
By
it.
the way, if you'll notice that great big gap above the skull towards the front end of the thing, that's where all the ambergris and the echolocation stuff and all that stuff is occurring. That it's that's the business end of what was valuable for the whale hunters, those people who had a gigantic industry killing sperm whales like Moby Dick for their valuable stuff. So apparently all of that whaling industry in Boston and the New England was just, you know, an imaginary thing. All the big fortunes and mansions and
I thought
huge,
Moby Dick was a great white whale.
yeah, it was all just fictional stuff. It didn't really exist. And I'll bet he'll even prove that there were no railroads and there are no mountains and there's no tidal waves and there's no oceans. And in fact, there's no planet at all. In fact, I don't think that this guy even exists.
Hans Wormhead is the guy who thinks that everything is fake and thus the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
He's a flurfer too.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, so he gets my reservation list for all the flat earthers that need to be put into space until
Go out
they
to,
say that they are
go out
not.
to Creaky Blinders channel and see his recent video. He goes on and on about
Yeah, but
how
this-
all the koalas are fake and everything else. Like
Oh, and
that.
speaking of evolution,
How koalas are fake?
mammalian tail flukes are all horizontal because that's the way mammals flex their bones, as opposed to fish and ichthyosaurs and others that flex sideways, which is why their tail flukes are vertical rather than horizontal. And that's more that damned evolution stuff he doesn't want to be true.
Damn it.
This is so disappointing for Hans, though. He didn't even get into the animatronic whales.
Yeah. Yeah, they built some animatronic whales for Star Trek 4.
Is it just that everything that doesn't fit Hans's little worldview is fake, and even things that do are also fake, and thus everything
Yeah.
is a
Well,
lie?
remember, Hans lives in a little tiny world, so there's lots and lots of opportunity for stuff to be fake outside of his little tiny world.
Oh my god, this is as stupid as a time where Dell said they want to put you on the spinning ball so they can confine you and make you not curious to explore.
Oh, well, apparently we didn't get the memo because we keep exploring anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dell's basically claiming that they made up, well, the ever ominous, nameless, and faceless they have made up
we've heard
the
about
spinning ball, quote unquote, to make people stop being curious and make people not want to explore and psychologically trap them on the surface of a spheroid
Oh dear.
to make sure that they don't go explore.
And they manifest this lack of curiosity by doing an enormous amount of science publications that Dan pays no attention to.
Yeah, it's like,
Alrighty.
Dell, if the goal was to make people not go exploring, then they're doing kind of a piss poor job.
Well, yeah. Yeah, they didn't get the memo.
Everything that they've done to make people not explore has in fact had the opposite effect.
Mm-hmm.
We've missed you, Tornado.
With that,
your
everybody,
shrill intensity cannot be matched.
we are going to wrap it up here. We've been live for about 2 hours. And it was
You mean we're not going to be able to get to the eclipses tonight? Thank God.
No, that'll remain on the wheel for next week, along with hopefully some more videos. So make sure you...
Yeah, all of you out there with that lady person, find videos of stupid shit that she says.
Mandelbrot says, I've never seen a hat made of worms.
Well, you need to get around more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just dropped the video.
I will say, I bet Mandelbrot is all set.
Well,
I just dropped the...
Go ahead, sorry, Chris.
By the way, Mom NATO was doing something else so she couldn't be on movie
Okay,
night,
but
and
she is doing well. Okay.
Yeah, Mom is doing okay. She's gaming with a friend.
And are you stroking the cobra regularly?
No comment. That's
Punching the
classified.
cobra.
Okay. I bet you do that more than the anti-whale guy ever gets close to a whale.
All right,
That's also classified.
So anyway, Chris Kelling posted the link to Creaky's Hans Worm Hat video in the live chat. And I'm also posting the link to the Discord server in the live chat. Make sure that you guys join. And in the video suggestions section, make sure you submit some new videos for the wheel so we can have a very full wheel for next week.
I do have a couple of them that were in our
Twitter.
in our Twitter group. So
yeah, and everybody in the world buy my books.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'll go with even a tiny percentage of the world.
If for nothing else, they make a
few
good
million.
weapon.
Yeah,
you can always hit somebody upside the head with it.
Absolutely, and inadvertently you'll learn shit.
Exactly. It's the most important.
Oh, and fun part of all other fun parts, it seems that our favorite punching bags, when it comes to Flat Earth, they're all going down the tubes.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that a shame?
There's basically nothing on Flat Earth. There's been 3 videos in the last month.
I think it's possibly because the normal insane world of politics has completely eclipsed the dumbness and triviality of the flat earthers.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a guy with war paint and antlers running around the Capitol building. I mean, what can the Flurfers do to compete with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are going to wrap it up here, everybody.
Yeah.
So I do want to thank you all for coming. Thank you to the audience. You guys are always lovely. And thank you to the lovely panel for being here tonight with us.
It's a lovely panel.
hey.
So with that, say good night, panel.
Night, panel.
Night, panel.
Don't accept any wooden penguins.
Or penguin.